You never master the art of writing completely. The art of writing and the art of living, the two must come together. I've always been interested in narrative, in stories. And this is something you acquire and grow into because of the stories you're told. I'm part Indian, part Chinese. The Chinese side of the family had very strong roots in Swatao, and I grew up just before the Second World War. And at that time, events in China were very, very painful because the Japanese were trying to conquer China. One of my aunties or grand aunties came here, and she stayed with us, and she used to tell me stories and recite nursery rhymes and so on. And as you know, nursery rhymes are very special because they have got music, and also the narrative is very dramatic. Like you say, ti ting chik lap cha ti ai hui su cha. When you look at the real meaning of the nursery rhymes, you know, as I said, very dramatic, very interesting, and there's also tremendous rhythm. You grow into the rhyme, you know, and you grow with it, and it helps you to grow. So that's how I got interested in literary matters. Gradually, at different ages, you go into more complex, more challenging narratives. But I think the real question is, why poetry? I think poetry represents perhaps the most interesting, the most challenging use of language. Because in a sense, and to sum up simply, it says more with less. I was born in 1933, and I grew up at a time at university when nationalism was in the air. Nationalistic feelings are important because out of them grow a number of interests and concerns. We felt that literature had a function. We needed a common language, we needed a common culture. We knew we had these major ethnic groups, these races. We knew we had different religions. We knew we had different languages. And yet, at the same time, we had to build something out of this very rich diversity. Language, identity, very important. And I'm glad to see that identity is now becoming another, is making a comeback. And it has to, because as you globalize, if you don't have a strong sense of identity, you get absorbed, you get leveled. The craft must be absorbed into the art so you don't see the craft. Because if you see the craft, that means it's not fully digested, it's not fully internalized. Art, whatever its form, helps to define the texture, the rhythm, the imagery, the symbolism, the energy of life in a society.